Hello and welcome to Camp Xbox. It's that time once again to look at another classic official Xbox magazine demo disc. These were demo discs chock full of amazing content and demos that came out monthly, and I'm going to walk through each thing included with today's list. We are on demo disc number 14. This is from January 2003, which means it's a new year for official Xbox magazine, and there are so many demos in here for the new year. So let's get this started. All footage was captured off of an original Xbox, and I'd like to thank my YouTube channel members for their support. But let's go ahead and hop into this one. First, we have a trailer for Star Wars Jedi Knight 2. It's a fairly basic trailer that shows off some cool footage for a great game. OXM had just given this game a 9 in their last issue. It's a great Star Wars game that mixes first and third person action. Since this is Star Wars though, I am unable to use any audio from it, and I also provided a link to a video with the actual audio if you do want to see it there. Next is a trailer for Kelly Slater's Pro Surfing, a surfing game that is in the same vein as Tony Hawk's. It didn't get a great score from OXM and had been out for a few months at this point. I've never tried it, but this ad is great. It shows off some fun gameplay, and the music is really good. Just like any good trailer should do, it made me want to go out and pick this one up. Next is a trailer for Metal Dungeon, which is an interesting Japanese Xbox game. It's an RPG that was a Japanese exclusive in early 2002, but it did see releases everywhere else in December 2002. I don't love this game. It's a bit slow, and it's not considered a very good Xbox exclusive by many. What's interesting here is that it's just the intro for Metal Dungeon. If you pop in the disc, this is what you'll see, which is honestly the coolest part of the game, with some weird creatures and cool animations. Next is an ad for Nestle Crunch with Shaq. I'm guessing it's here because you can win an Xbox with your Rocket Cash, which I don't even know what that is. This commercial is an odd one in this list today, but it's kind of nostalgic.
What's up, player?
Shaq?
Why be playing when you could be crunchy?
Shaq, is that you? What's up, baby?
You want crunchy stuff?
I definitely do.
Check the wrapper, son. Check the wrapper.
Now, especially marked Nestle Crunch, you can win an instant prize or get Rocket Cash. Online money you can use at NestleCrunch.com to buy almost anything. Eat Nestle Crunch, get Rocket Cash, buy crunchy stuff.
You hook me up, Shaq Daddy.
Next is the intro animatic for Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. This had come out pretty recently for most consoles, and this is one that I've actually reviewed here on the channel. It's a pretty cute platformer, and here you get the intro story animatic, and it sets up the game. It's interesting that this is here instead of a more traditional trailer, but it's still a nice primer for the game.
I gotcha! Okay, Ty, I'm in. Catch me if you can. Don't move, mate. I'll get help.
Don't be afraid, Ty. I am Nandu Gilly, the Bunyip Elder.
G'day, mate.
It's time you knew the truth. Years ago, a great battle was fought over the fate of 5 mystic talismans.
We're here first, you stinking furry mammal opportunists. Remember the comet! No! You mammals don't deserve to be at the top of the food chain! Now! Once and for all. Oh, my hair!
Give it up, Boss Kaz.
Never, never, never! Bye-bye.
Those brave few who challenged Boss Cass were trapped in the dreaming.
Mom? Dad?
Word grows that Boss Cass is seeking out the talismans again. He must be stopped at all costs. It's up to you to find the talismans before he does.
It's up to me to save my family.
Oi, Ty! Are you okay?
Maury? Oh, am I glad to see you. Oh, you're never gonna believe what just happened. I was playing in the forest when the ground suddenly... And that's when you showed up.
Sounds like you've got a fair dinkum adventure ahead of you, mate. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. I'd much rather be at home watching the footy. But I tell you what, you do the adventuring and I'll help you out where I can.
Next is a walkthrough for Hunter the Reckoning, which they have talked about a lot on these discs. It was a pretty hyped up game at the time. Here we get a bunch of tips and tricks, and I love it. Not necessarily for the content, but for how it's made. It's simple and laid back with a lot of stuttering and pauses. It also has some weird camera angles in the interviews. Internet content on gaming has changed so much in the way it's presented, and this just feels like two dudes telling you how to beat a game, which I think is a fun throwback to a different time.
Hi, I'm Brandon, and I'm here with Scott today to show you Hunter the Reckoning.
We're going to take a look at a level called Deathrow. It's near the end of the game, and if you like blasting monsters and fighting bosses, this is your level. Okay, here we are in the beginning of Deathrow. You see two characters, Deuce, the and Samantha, the female.
And we're going to take these two zombies out here before we go into the big room and get swarmed by a bunch of ghosts, zombies, pistol zombies, and etc. So we're going to go here in this room and pick up a gun and then head back in there and ready to unload on everything. All right, well, here we are in the main area with all the hanging ghosts hanging down and the zombies coming out at us at once. One of the good moves to use in here is the special moves with either character. Deuce has a roll, which really tears up the hanging zombies. And then Samantha has a special move where she uses her sword and then flips, which you just saw on the screen. And that works really well to get the zombies that are on the ground and the hanging ghosts at the same time.
Another key to the game that a lot of people don't pick up on is you gotta use your edges. They make tearing up bosses easy, you can kill large groups of monsters, and it just makes the game a lot more fun. Another real key move in the game is the running attack. What you do is you hold both analogs in the same direction while hitting the attack button when you're holding a melee weapon, and your guy will run and swing his sword, axe, or whatever he's holding. We've picked up the key, so now we're just going to clear the room out a little more, then we're going to move to the next area.
All right, here we go. I think we're proceeding here. Here we go.
On the ground, you'll see there's a glowing yellow thing. That is a glyph. Step on that, hit your action button, and that is going to refill your conviction. We already have full conviction, so we'll ignore it for now, but it's something you're going to need to pay attention to and know where they are.
Deuce just walked up to a terminal. You'll see those terminals throughout the whole game, and they give you information basically about that level. So in this room, you can't get in this door right next to the glyph, so you might not know where to go. You go up to the glyph right here, which Samantha just did, and we basically give you a little hint of what you need to look for. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over here into this bookshelf right here. It kind of pops out just a little bit, and you press the action button to get in, and the door will open. So in this room, you need to pick up another key in order to get to the chamber, which is the next room.
Okay, what's happening now is you've cleared out the room, we've got the key, we're about to go meet our old friend Carpenter. He's really been leading us through the story to this part. Due to time and space, we'll probably fast forward through the slower parts of the cinematics. Also, when watching the cinema, note how it shows the electric chair a few times. In the world of darkness, wraiths have anchors. Destroy the anchor, then you can kill the monster. Without destroying the anchor, you can't hurt the monster. So when we're fighting him, we're going to focus on taking that chair out.
So what's going on right now is Scott has Deuce, and he's keeping Carpenter occupied while I'm taking out the chair. Another good way if you're playing single player is just to run in circles with Carpenter following you and use the rocket launcher to fire. And as you make your circle around fire, make your circle around fire.
Be careful when you're fighting against the chair, because it has attacks too. So if you get too close, it's going to hit you and it's going to wound you or knock you back. Okay, we got the chair, so now we can focus on Carpenter. You'll notice his health bar. He's down a little bit. We still have a long fight ahead of us. Samantha just casted Ward. What this does is it increases all of her attributes, and it scares off the lesser monsters. Bosses tend to not be too worried about it.
One of the good things to use for bosses in general, and especially on Carpenter, if you have Deuce, as you just saw, you activated Cleave. Activate Cleave and use your special move, which would be RRL. And he'll do an attack roll, which he just did, and it just absolutely tears up the bosses. Well, we just killed Carpenter, and that's it.
And check out OXM's cover next month for the final exciting conclusion.
Now let's hop into the demo section. The first one we have is for Blinx the Time Sweeper. This game had just been released in October of 2002. I'm a big Blinx fan, so I'm happy to see it here. You get 2 levels to choose from, one for Times Square and the other for Deja Vu Canals. Both of them, once you beat them, it'll get you right into the first boss fight. Both are great intros to the game, easy enough to get into, and it has a lot of charm with some excellent music. Deja Vu Canals is one of my favorite songs in the game. 2 full levels were more than I was expecting here, and to me, it feels good to play. I could have seen this demo helping get a few copies sold. Next is Deathrow, which had just come out in October. This is an extreme sports game where you throw a disc into hoops, but you can also beat up the opposing team. It's hyper-violent and in your face, but as the disc puts it at the beginning, it has a disclaimer saying that the violence and language have been toned down for the demo. Here you get to play single matches with 3 different teams. I love this game as it ranks high on my ranking list right now, and this demo hooked me right back into it. All you need is a few matches, and I think this game can convince anybody to pick it up. Next up is a relatively obscure Xbox exclusive with Loons: The Fight for Fame. This one had just come out in September and wasn't reviewed well, though OXN gave it a 7. It's a 3D fighting game in the vein of Tom and Jerry or Power Stone. I actually had almost no experience with this game, and here you get 4 fighters and a few stages to fight on. It's got a fun cartoony style, but it's a bit funky to control. I don't think it's bad, and I just want to give the full game a shot, but it's definitely interesting.
What do you know? In the land of the undead, I'm your new neighbor.
Next is a demo for Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2, which had been out since August. It's nice to see a different BMX game that isn't Dave Mirra, which was popping up on these demo discs over and over, though this demo is just as simple as that one. It's 1 level with a few goals to play. The controls are pretty clunky, but I did have some fun here. I always like a good extreme sports game. This demo comes in pretty late after the game's release, and I could see this just being here to try to push more copies. It got good reviews, but I don't think it did very well because we never saw a 3rd entry in this series. Next is a demo for NASCAR Thunder 2003, which came out in September 2002. I'm a sucker for racing games, even if it's on a giant oval, and I thought this was some solid fun for the bit I played. They actually give a good amount of content away with a time trial mode. There's also challenges where the drivers talk to you, which I love.
24 cars were involved in the wreck. Thankfully, everyone was safe, and best of all, the number 4 Kodak Chevrolet made it through unscathed.
Then you get a normal race mode. It's a good time all around, and it's a solid showcase. Another racing game enters the mix, and it's another one of my favorites. This is another one from September, and it is a futuristic racing game. The look and feel of this game has always stuck out to me, and I think it's one more people should play. Here you get 1 map, 2 racers, and that's it. There was an odd thing where I tried to play 2 races, and it kicked me right out of the demo. It's small in content, but it's still good fun. Next is Rally Fusion, which came out in December. This is a rally racing game, which is usually a genre that I enjoy. I had never played this game, but you get 1 race and 2 car choices. It overall felt like a racing game that was a bit on the heavier side, and I did not do well at all, but with practice, I'm sure it would be fun. I do love the realistic track that we get here in the 1 race.
Keep it up, moron!
Next is the boxing game Rocky, based on the film franchise. This came out in November of 2002 and was a matchup of all the opponents of the Rocky movies. I love the Rocky movies. The first one and Creed are some of my all-time favorites, but I've never touched the games. This one was an alright boxing game from what I played. You get one fight and you play as either Rocky or Apollo Creed. You just throw out hits and you block from what I played. The little I got to, I wasn't feeling great about it, but I wasn't given a lot going into it. I feel like I just need to actually see what the full game has to offer. Next is another demo for Sega GT 2002, but this is an odd one. It's the Holiday Drive Edition. This gives you 3 cars and a Christmas-themed course. It's a course that's already in the game, but now it's full of candy canes on the sides, and you get to listen to Christmas music. It's the same racing game, but with a Christmas overlay. And maybe August wasn't the best time to be playing this. I wasn't really in the mood. It's a cute piece of weird history, though, and I kind of love that it exists here. Next is a demo for Splashdown. This game had already been out on the PS2 in 2001, but it did get an Xbox release in 2002. As a huge jet ski game fan, this one felt fine. It's colorful and the controls take some getting used to, but I was getting into it. Once again, I did not do well at all with this game's race mode, but I see potential here. There have been a lot of games from the list today that it was my first time playing, and it's giving me more reason to check them out. The final demo today is for Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2003. This is a golf game from October 2002 that is a beloved one. It got excellent reviews at the time, and I could see why. It looks solid for the time, and the variety this demo displays is nice. It gives you a nice mix of holes from a bunch of different courses, each with different looks and styles. It seems to mix fantasy courses and real-life ones, which is cool. You also get a Top Golf-styled arcade game, making this have a good variety. This is a fun demo.
This one looks good.
That's it for this huge demo disc. This one would have been a coveted disc if I had it back in the day. It was so full of games to play from a mix of genres, games that are easy to return to and are replayable. I enjoyed this demo disc. Be sure to let me know what your favorite from today's list was. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, as it really helps me on the algorithm. Subscribe to keep up with more retro Xbox content, and check out my second channel, Camp Extras, for more gaming content. And I want to give a huge shout out to my YouTube channel members. Thank you so much for your support. You really help out the channel. And I'll see you here next time at Camp Xbox.